Hi guys. So I finished Dragon Age Origins and I started playing Dragon Age 2 and I kind of wanted to talk about some of my first impressions. Well, if anyone cares. But anyway, so in Dragon Age Origins, I made a Nora Queen, I killed Loghain. I did the shady stuff with Morrigan at the end because I didn't want Alistair to die. Um, but all in all, I was really impressed with the game, especially by the time I finished. Um, I got more out of it than I originally thought. When I when I was going in, I kind of went in on a few friends' recommendations, and I didn't really. I got the feeling that I kind of wouldn't like it, or at least I wouldn't like it as much as I like Mass Effect. But after finishing it, I absolutely adore the game. Um, at first, it was kind of a slog. It was kind of difficult to start. Um, but I think after I left Lothering, I think that's how you say it. After I left there and I did the whole fade bullshit. And then I think once I got past all that, and I met more of the supporting cast, I really, really liked the game. It was great. So anyway, within a week of finishing Dragon Age Origins, I think the day after, I went and I got a copy of Dragon Age 2. Um, and I'm not that far into the game. I've done everything I could in Kirkwall. I think I got all of the side missions done, and I got all the people that I needed. And I just headed to the deep roads, and I did about 5 minutes in there. So I haven't really done that much, or at least I think I haven't done that much. So I just kind of wanted to talk about my initial feeling. So the first thing I noticed when I popped in the game was how pretty the loading screens are. The traditional art, not the traditional art, but the kind of artsy ones. I thought they were really great. I found it kind of weird how the narrative is set up, as far as Varric telling the story to some woman that I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna know who she is sooner or later, but I just found it kind of funny. Um, though it's growing on me. Initially, I was like, "What's going on?" But now I'm starting to see why they did it. Um, so I'm playing a warrior this go around. I decided against playing another rogue. Uh, Mage is just not my thing. I've never been a good. I've never been good at playing magic users in games. It's either way too complicated for me, or well, not way too complicated. I'm just completely inept at everything. I just prefer to play warriors and whatnot because it's just stupid and easy for my brain. I like the default hawk. She was quite pretty, but I decided to make my own. Um, and of course, I mean, obviously, the combat is so much better than the first game. So much better. I find myself a lot more engaged, paying more attention to what's going on because I kind of have to. In the first game, I kind of would click A and then I would check my text as my character was fighting. Or I was bad. I mean, I was playing on easy, but still, I was still horrible. Um, Something I didn't think I'd like. I really like Bethany. I'm not sure why. Normally, when they have a sibling family character, the game kind of is care about this person, and you just don't, or it never follows through. And I have spoken to a few people who just don't care for either her or I think your brother, which I think his name is Carver, but I'm not sure. Um, yeah, see, the thing is, I could care less about Carver's death. I mean, I didn't know him, so it's not a big deal. But I genuinely like Bethany, and I'm trying to put my finger on why. I think that I think maybe it's the fact that she's a mage, and I kind of feel this weird. I need to protect her. I need to, or I feel kind of responsible in a sense because she's the Templars will kill her, and we get to kind of pick fun at the Templars occasionally. I keep her in my party. I kept her actually in my party all the time. In Kirkwall, I got to know her and listen to her interactions with the other party members, which I think is a reason why I'm liking her so much. Another thing, I never really liked mages in Dragon Age Origins, or at least I didn't feel any kind of attachment or sympathy with the mages in Dragon Age Origins. I think it was probably just a failing on my part to pay attention during the quests that involved the circle. Yeah, I think it was pretty much me. It was kind of my fault. And I was playing a rogue, and my favorite character was Alistair, so there was no real. I mean, I did like Wyn a lot, or Wayne, but I did like her a lot, and I think that was my only really the only time I got to know what it was like for mages and stuff. So in this game I have Bethany, and I think that's really helped me like care about the mages, because I mean, I just through this game she got the short end of the stick, or at least that's what it's, just mages. They had the worst time ever. Um and so I really kind of got to know more about them through this, and I'm glad. I'm glad to have Bethany around, and I don't want anything to happen to her. I really want to just, her to be my friend forever. Um, there was this one moment that Bethany really kind of stuck out for me. It was when there's a mission where you go into the Blooming Rose, which is one of the most hilarious places. I didn't realize what it was until I looked at the banner and I went, that looks suspiciously like a vagina. But anyway, so I walked into the Blooming Rose, and there's this one mission where you have to talk to this lady. And the lady does some like mind control stuff on you, so like you like raise your knife to your throat, and you have like several options. One of them is like, you intimidate her. The other one is like making a joke or something. But most of them are like you helping yourself. And then there is one option that says like, Bethany, help me. And at first I was just going to do whatever, but then I decided, what the heck. So I said the Bethany help me option. And so Hawk, she's like, Bethany. And then Bethany basically does like some magic mumbo jumbo. And I think she knocks the woman over. And the woman gets really, really quite scared. And that moment for me, I don't know why, but I went, hell yeah, Bethany. Like I was really happy. It was kind of this moment of camaraderie. Like, yeah, my mage sisters got my back. I really liked Bethany then, and I still do. So she's great. Let's see. As for all the other characters that I've met so far, because I think I've acquired everyone. I do like Varric. Varric is hilarious. I do enjoy him. But out of the other ones, the two that stuck out the most to me are Meryl and Isabella, or Isabella. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's Isabella. I really like them. When I first met Meryl, I was like, you are the cutest. And I was like, I hope I can romance you, Meryl, because you're adorable. And, there's something going on with her that I haven't quite figured out yet, but, there's a reason. She has some sort of motive, and she's a blood mage, which I'm glad there's a blood mage in the game that I can actually kind of sympathize with, get a different view. I wonder why she's a blood mage. It's stuff I haven't figured out yet or talked to her about. Yeah, her clan seems to be kind of iffy with her. Or her clan, I don't know if they're called that, but like her group of her family unit, whatever. They don't seem to be very pleased with her. So I want to know more about Meryl, so that'll be fun. But at first I was very like, yeah, Meryl's gonna be my romance, and then I met Isabella, and she's so cool. So I think I'm gonna romance Isabella this time because she just is lovely. She's so confident and so just, I don't know, she exudes this kind of strength and confidence that I really like. And I want to get to know more about her, even though I think she might just be a badass pirate queen. I'm hoping there's a little bit more to her than that, which will be great, to know. I think the other two people that I've met, or not the other two people, but the other people I've met Fenris. I don't know. I'm not really digging the whole Fenris thing. I think he's fine. There's nothing wrong with him. He's not particularly interesting to me yet. Yet is the key word. He kind of has that whole like dark past, not dark past, but that whole like vibe to him. I don't know. And then I think it's Anders is the other one. I like Anders. I genuinely do. He's a cool guy, but I kind of got mad at the game because like I was just talking to him because I wanted to get to know who he was and stuff, and he just kind of assumed I was flirting with him. And then he said something flirty, and he was like, oh, am I being too forward? And my only options were to either be like, no, it's fine, I love you, or to be like, I'm sorry, I'm uncomfortable. But when I did the sorry, I'm uncomfortable option, he got pissed at me, and I was just like, what? Well, how can you? So I just got kind of annoyed. But other than that, he's great. He's cool. He's got some business going on with the justice thingy, which that'll be cool to see it pay off, I guess. That whole quest with his friend was kind of sad. That was kind of a bummer. I'm trying to think of who else is in the party. I think her name is Aveline. Aveline. She's cool. She's very pretty. I like her. I like her character design the most. But I had to like kick her out of my party, or at least like not take her on missions because she kept getting angry at me for doing shady shit. Rightly so. So I haven't really gotten to know as much about her as that I would want. And besides, her hubby was a Templar, so I didn't really want to do. I didn't really want to have her and Bethany in the same party because that might be weird if I say certain pro mage things. I'm sorry if I'm babbling a lot. I'm not. I don't really have much editing prowess right now. I'm trying to think about what else. Okay. I really liked the city of Kirkwall and the kind of initial story setup. Kirkwall, in my opinion, or especially through the concept art and the loading screens, is absolutely beautiful. But the game itself is kind of meh. But I do like it. I like the concept, the kind of was once a huge slaver city, and there's still like things in the landscape that remind you of what it was. Uh, I loved when you were first coming in on the boat, those statues on the side of the mountains. I went, yes, thank you for this, because it's really pretty, really quite nice. I liked it, and I liked the initial setup. Like you are running away from something that, because of origins, you have a connection to. So I was running away from Lothering, and I knew about it already. Like I was really tied to the story, and I was like, oh, awesome. And I like the time skips. I like the fact that the game does take a year off. It's like, oh, you were doing this for a year, and now you're dealing with this, and like, I liked that. I think it made the game. It kind of made the game world seem larger to me for some reason, a little bit more tangible. I don't know. I got that feeling more than I got in Origins. Even though in Origins you're dealing with like, the evil that that will destroy everything. I still really like Origins, don't get me wrong. It was just in this game I kind of liked that. I think this game seems to be, well, thus far, because I don't think I've gotten into the main crux of the plot yet. Because I know stuff's gonna go down in the deep roads, I'm just kind of assuming. So I haven't really gotten to the main crux of the plot yet, and thus far it seems rather a smaller, more personal story, maybe? Or at least it seems that way with getting to know the other characters. So we'll just see. I'm assuming it'll get grand in probably my next little sitting of the game. But yeah. I really like it. Oh, I also love hearing about my Grey Warden. I love it. I love it when they say, "Oh, well, I heard about a Grey Warden," and I'm like, "Oh, that was me, that's me." Just when I hear stuff like that, I really freaking love it. It's great. It's really self-indulgent, but it's probably one of my favorite things about games that carry over your save. But then again, there's only like this and Mass Effect that do that. But I like hearing about the ramifications of my actions. Which will get even better because I did the shady shit with Morrigan, like the whole demon baby thing. So we'll see if that pays off in this game. But they're making Dragon Age 3, so that'll be fantastic. I think I got on the fan bandwagon just in time. I think that's everything. I think that is all of my opinions thus far. Oh, one more thing. When they were like, there's a Grey Warden in the city, and I think it was Anders, I was hoping, oh god, I was like, is this Alistair? I was like, is Alistair in the city? But then they were like, oh, a mage, and I was like, oh, you're not Alistair. But it was really funny that it kind of got me like that. I was being quite stupid. But anyway, yeah, awesome. I love the game so far. I can't wait to play. Woo, deep roads. So anyway. Alright, thanks for listening to my fucking stupid, self-indulgent spiel about Dragon Age. I hope I was somewhat entertaining. If not, I'm sorry. I apologize.